This cheap $30 reflector will drastically improve your photos and videos. Let me show you how. First of all, what is it? This is a 5-in-1 reflector. So as the name suggests, it's a 5-in-1 reflector, and it has the white side, the gold side, as you can see here. And then if you opened it up, you can also see a diffusion material in the middle. You've got a black side on this side, and you also have a silver on this side. So giving you 5 different uses out of one single piece of item. And this works across the board, whether you're doing photos or video. You can utilize this to, create really balanced looking images and make your subject look a lot better as well. So I've now got Laura in frame, and I'm going to show you the first way I would use the 5-in-1 reflector, and that is by blocking the sun. So the sun is currently coming in kind of camera left to you, but camera right to me. And even if Laura turns towards the sun now, you will see it creates really nice light. But if she opens her eyes, it will be glaring, which means she will then squint, and it's not going to look good on camera. And at the moment, as you can see, it's casting shadows all on her face. So it's a very contrasting light. So instead, what we'll do is we'll use the reflector to actually block the sun, which will give us a better image to begin with. So by literally placing the reflector in between the light source, which on this occasion is the sun, and Laura, we're able to get a better overall image. And even if she turns her face towards the sun, or the reflector in this case, she wouldn't have to squint, giving us a better overall image. And if you look straight down the camera now, you will see what that looks like, and then turn towards me. There you go. So the next way I would use the 5-in-1 reflector is by using the diffusion material in between. Similar to what we did before with blocking the sun, but this time with the diffusion material, we're going to actually introduce a little bit of that sunlight that's going to pass through the diffusion and give us a slightly better image and a better lighting on Laura's face. Similar again, we just basically place it in between her and the light source. And even if she turns towards the sun again, same again, you will get a better overall image. So as you can see, with, without, with, without. So this time around, what we're going to do, we're going to use the sun to our advantage. And we're going to be using the silver side, the white side, and the fusion side to actually introduce some light back into Laura's face. So we're going to place Laura in a position now where the sun is actually coming from behind her rather than in front or to the side. And what that's going to enable us to do is we're going to actually light her from behind and get a little bit of a rim light, which will make it look as if we were using 2 different light sources, but in fact we're still using the same light source. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually use this to bounce some of that light back into her face. This might be a lot more gentle than using the white or the silver side, so you have to be conscious of that when you're using this. So I would personally, if I'm in a situation like this where the sun is pretty high and I need to bounce some of that light back into the subject, I will probably go with a diffusion material, and that will give you a better overall image. So if we do that now, so without, with, without, with. So now let me show you what it looks like with the white side and then the silver side. So now that we've got the white side on, although, like I said, it is not as harsh as the silver side, you do have to be conscious of how strong your light source coming from the back is. And at this moment, the sun is pretty bright and pretty strong. So you may get a little bit more glare, and this may cause your subject to actually squint a little, which you can warn them. So what I will tend to do is basically tell them to close their eyes. Once I get their composition and the pose that I want, I will then simply add the reflector, quickly say open your eyes, take the shot, and then take the reflector away. That way I'm not constantly pushing the reflector in their face and reflecting too much of that light, causing them to squint. So that is it. So this is what it looked like without, and this is what it looks like with the white side. So without, with. So now let me show you why I won't personally use the gold side. Like it's going to introduce a lot of warmth into the skin, right, if that's what you want to go for, but it's not one that I use very often. As you can see, there you go. And this is a straight indication of what the silver side will roughly do, and how harsh it may be introducing that. Compare that to the white side. You see, it's much more subtle and it's a lot more pleasing. There we go. That's prime example of what happens when you use the silver or gold side. So let me show you what the silver side will do now. So now we've got our silver side, and now I'm going to show you exactly what happens when you use the silver side. You saw what happened when we use the gold side. It's basically exactly the same, but it will be less noticeable as it's going to be silver rather than gold, but it's still going to be shiny. And again, similar to what we did with the gold side, I will basically tell my subject to close their eyes, get the frame and the composition that I want, and then when I'm ready, just quickly say open your eyes, and then I will take the shot. Position my reflector where I want. You can actually get grips and holders to hold these reflectors in place if you don't actually have someone to hold it for you, which I will link in the description below. And then finally, you've got the black side. The black side, what this does is actually subtract light. So this will take away some of the light, so you can use it to actually take away some light. It's not going to do anything whatsoever if you try and bounce light off from it, but what it will do is create a little bit more contrast on your subject face, depending on the position that you use. So there you have it, all the different ways that I use a 5-in-1 reflector to create better portraits and videos when photographing people. I will put a link to this specific reflector in the description below. If you'd like to check it out, go check it out. For now, thanks to Laura, thanks to you guys, and we will catch you in the next one. I didn't record. I didn't record. No, I didn't.